Superman.
Miss Lane.
Recently, you've come under a lot of fire for what some
it's
might.
A lot of fire,
it's a lot. I would question myself in the same situation and consider the consequences.
People were going to die.
Well, hello everyone. Welcome to the Critics Collective. Today we have, of course, Iris with us and our boy Corey, and we're gonna be talking about the new Superman movie directed by James Gunn, starring David Corenswet as Superman, Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane, Nicolas Hoult as Lex Luthor, and of course you have Nathan Fillion as Green Lantern, Isabel Mercedes as Hawkgirl, and Eddie Gattegui as Mr. Terrific. So Superman, a new iteration of Superman. Recently watched it, enjoyed it. Thought it was one of the best version of Superman I've seen so far. Some people in this chat probably don't feel the same way, but we'll get to that. So, Iris, we're gonna start with you first. What were your highs and lows for this film?
So I'll say my highs. I'll start with my highs first. So I love that we got to see Metamorpho and his son. I love that they introduced those characters. I love the little, like, I don't want to say Easter eggs, but the little side things that they threw in, like Florette, how she was imprisoned in the Pocket Universe by Lex. Uh, basically, if y'all don't know the backstory, Florette, she shares some inflammatory comments after they broke up. So he was like, "Oh, for real, you're gonna be petty, bitch? Well, I'm gonna be more petty," and of course locks her up. I love that we got just like a brief, little spicy um view of Crack Grants. Um, And then I also really liked that they used Eve Tresmakers or Tessmakers, however you pronounce her last name, her alias as Mutanto with Jimmy. That is mentioned in the comics. I loved how they threw that in. So that was super, super cute. Um, so now to jump into my lows. Now, I would say all of our actors were great. I would say one of my biggest lows was the costume. I know James had spoke about it, his reasoning on the costume and things like that. But even in the classic comics, Superman's outfit is form-fitting to his physique, you know? And not that the character, the actor that played Superman, wasn't in good shape, but it gave me more of like a Captain America, G.I. Joe type feel to his costume. Um, I don't know. I personally didn't like it. Um, it just made him look a little sloppy, and it looks, I don't know, slightly oversized for him. Even if he was like, hey, I wanted our Superman to be in something a little bit more that's easier for him to move around in, more comfortable, that's perfectly fine. I completely understand that. But I don't know. For me, the costume didn't do it for me at all whatsoever. Um, I I did like Nathan Fillion, but I don't think he really did Guy's character justice. Because in my opinion, I feel in the comic books, even though Guy is a good guy, he's way more of an asshole or a tool than how I feel Nathan kind of portrayed him. I think he was a little bit more sillier with the character. Um, I don't know. I feel that there was something missing. And I also feel that he was maybe a little too much older to play Guy. Um,
Mm.
in my opinion, um, yeah, that didn't work too well for me. And honestly, not that I didn't enjoy the movie as a whole, it looked more like a comic book live action. Like I don't know. I think it's just with me. I like more of the darkness and the grittiness when it comes to live action. Um, and it kind of looked like an extended episode of the CW DC
Sheesh.
uh movie for me. Like I feel like I was watching an
Damn,
episode of like
I
Flash
was throwing shut
and
at Corey.
Supergirl and Arrow thrown into one, but it's Superman. That's how I felt. That's how I felt. It's not that I'm hating because I love Superman. I am a big Superman, you know, person. It's just I don't know. I don't really think that this movie did it justice, in my opinion. It didn't for me. Not
No.
that I didn't enjoy it. I thought it was a cute movie,
Damn.
but I wouldn't say that I'm like, "Oh, okay, I like this new interpretation."
Mm.
I like that we're being introduced to other characters that, it's not just the mainstreamers that we usually see, you know.
Mm.
Um some of our favorite supporting characters in the comic books that, we're finally being introduced to in a movie. Um but I
Justice
don't
Gang.
know. Yeah, yeah, like I that I can appreciate, I don't know. I don't know. I guess the vibe of it seemed more for kids. It just gave me that vibe. Like I just don't feel like it was for the grown folk. Even though Peacemaker is thrown into it as well. Like, there may be some profanity here and there. I don't know. There was something lacking and it just didn't hit for me,
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion.
Okay.
Corey.
That-
My highs and my lows. Okay. Iris, I have to disagree with this. The suit. I actually like the suit.
Damn, I owe Corey
Um,
an apology.
yeah, I did it. I did enjoy the suit. I do get it has to be more form fitting because I was like, it is kind of baggy in some parts. They'll probably, make their adjustments as the movies goes on. I like that they brought the red underwear back. The symbol on the chest was dope. I'm definitely a fan of the high collar on the Superman outfit. Um, Overall, I like everybody's play on the characters. Um, the action was pretty solid. Um, Definitely involved the other characters in like seamlessly. I didn't feel like it was just like they were just throwing in there just cause. Um, Mr. Terrific definitely was a highlight for me because I always talk about how he was introduced on the Arrow and they just kind of made him a punching bag, and I'm like, even though this is his origin, he shouldn't be getting slapped around like this, like unrelenting, like every episode. It was never any point where he got his comeuppance, I guess. And I like the way they took the direction of Mr. Terrific as a seasoned version of himself, and they put him on there. Not a big fan of Guy Gardner, but I guess it he did have a bit of an asshole's personality. I could have feel like they could have upped a little more. I would prefer like maybe um what's his name? Uh hmm, who else could have been John Stewart, maybe. I didn't. I'm sure I didn't want Hal Jordan, but John Stewart would have been dope. I still want the Thanagarian and Hawkgirl. I'm getting tired of the reincarnated version that's on Earth. Um, I thought I thought we were going to see Martian Manhunter for some reason. Like even though I think Lex did mention Martians for a moment, like when they got to that in between world. Uh, and they definitely like the guy that played Lex, I forget his name. He definitely,
Nicolas Hoult.
yeah, he definitely made me hate his character, especially with the dog part. I was like, yo, punch this man through his face, because he playing right now. He took your dog. Um, Ultraman, okay, I get it. Uh, but yeah, my lows for this movie. Um, Even though I did enjoy Lex, I just feel like the whole brain versus brawn thing is just I'm kind of over it with him fighting with Lex. So I've seen so many interpretations of it. I'm just like at this point, I'm just like, come on. Like I want to see like if he's gonna fight somebody like give me Brainiac. I've never seen a live action Brainiac done well. Um, that's what I really want to see. I ain't gonna hold you. I want to see Brainiac. I want to see them going about it. I wasn't a fan of how they made Cal's parents like these evil people. Like yo, go over, like basically go down to Earth and conquer them. I don't know. It's just like that. Just felt weird. I've never seen that before. Um, what else did I didn't like? It's not much I didn't dislike about the movie. So I think I could just leave it there, honestly. But it was an enjoyable watch. I would watch it again. I will watch it again. I saw it on IMAX, so it looked dope. Yeah, I think that's all I got right now. We'll just diving deeper as the conversation goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I rewatched it again. Some of my opinion changed as far as the movie, as far as my highs and lows. I guess I'll start with my lows. Uh, One thing, go back to my original review. I didn't like how his Earth parent they had that because I'm not the whole deep accent, deep South Southern accent. That kind of
It's
threw me off.
country as
You know,
fuck.
it just made them feel like they weren't. I don't know, too smart. I would say,
Hmm.
but later on when the dad, Paul had the conversation with Clark, I kind of warmed up to it, but I don't know. I still got to warm up to that deep Southern accent. My only other thing is mostly a worry as far as James Gunn goes. I don't want him to lean in because I know that's one thing about James Gunn, even with the Guardian of the Galaxies and other movies that he directed. Sometime uh, in serious moment, it'll jump quick and somebody make a joke right when the
Hmm.
serious moment happens. I don't want that to be like the focal point of every iteration of every Superman movie. That's why I worry it's gonna happen. Uh, Other than that, like you, Corey, I wasn't quite okay with the whole parents sending him to Earth to conquer. Because originally watching any Superman movie, his parents, Jor-El, and like his message was, to help people, and now the whole change of him having to conquer. I'm hoping like it's not what I think it is, because in back in my head, what if they're not Jor-El and what if it's
Hmm.
Zod and his, because he
Yeah.
never,
Hmm.
So I'm hoping it's something like that. It's like a
Message.
twist later on we get, but I'm hoping that's not the message that was sent out. Uh, but overall, uh, I disagree with Iris as far as the movie go. I think it's probably one of the best iterations of Superman I've seen.
Hmm.
Um, unlike Men of Steel, where you the acting on point, everything, but you do get a lot of dead points where it's more dialogue than action. When this film is like every scene, almost every scene in this film, there's like an action scene. There's something going on. It's
Hmm.
continuous. Um, and I didn't quite feel like it was a kid tailored towards kids, but I did enjoy every bit of action scene because it just felt like Superman to me, because where you have Christopher Reeve Superman, where it's hopeful and everybody you need Superman to save, where you have um Zack Snyder's Superman, where he's still trying to figure himself out and he's still trying to be accepted by the world. This guy, all he wants to do is help people, and he basically doesn't he's still, because in the beginning they explained to you like it's like 3 years when he's been Superman, and he's still trying to understand why he can't just go and save people. So he's still learning. But where you have the Zack Snyder Superman, it's more, I don't know. I did enjoy his version, but I just felt that it there was a lot missing as far as that hopeful side of Superman. I didn't quite get that. That
It's
was,
dark and gritty. Okay, maybe it's
yeah,
just me. I like
but
that dark and gritty side because it's like that always that happy-go-lucky type bullshit, and it's like that's not real. That's not real life.
yeah, but
Like shit fucking sucks.
that's why you have we go to jump to the villain, Lex Luthor. I think that's probably one of the best Lex Luthor version I've seen so far.
Yes, I will
Best
give it to
iteration.
Nick. He did
And
a very good job.
I don't necessarily think he's happy go lucky. I think he's just, hey, people are suffering and I want to help. It's not really, let's go do it, guys, all the time.
Maybe it was just how it looked. Maybe the
Yeah,
brightness of it. And Zack Snyder is more like dark and gritty. Like even the way, like just the footage itself. I don't know. Like I just liked the way it looked better. And I guess with this one, it was just so like bright. It reminded me I'm watching an episode on the CW. That's what it looks
well,
like to me.
Zack Snyder. If you watch any Zack
Arrowverse,
Snyder
like
movie, every movie he's made, he used that.
That dark look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So,
like it. I like
and
it.
ever since Christopher Nolan and Zack Snyder started putting out movie back then in 2000, 10, 13, everybody was like trying to copy them. Even their certain Marvel movie they try to put out where they were trying to do that style. Whereas again, this one, it just felt more like, all right, this is a definitive version of Superman that we need. And I'm pretty sure we're gonna have a version of Batman where it's dark and gritty. Hopefully they don't go to the again. That's my worry with James Gunn. He doesn't do that when there's serious moment and somebody just jump out of nowhere and make a fucking joke out of
Yeah.
everything that just happened. So that's one of my main worry. But Christopher Holt as Lex Luthor, when that one scene with the Indian dude, I didn't, which is why I think we're gonna have a dark greedy version of later on, more as far as Batman goes and Superman. Because I didn't think they were gonna let him shoot that guy in the head, but he actually did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like,
I was like, okay,
that just got real.
yeah, he got real.
I actually applauded. I was like, there we go. There's my dark and grittiness. You shot him in the head. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, but this Lex Luthor, unlike Gene Hackman Lex Luthor, where he's just trying to get land, you know.
Mhm.
But you also have the Smallville Lex Luthor, who just wanted power, but he also hated Superman because he found out Clark was lying to him.
Yeah,
And
he was more, I'm angry at my bestie. You lied to me for all these years. But let's
That's like
grow old and
every
do a
that's
podcast together on this show. Like,
that's like every CW shows. Like, why are you lying to me? Why'd you lie to me
yeah,
about your
it
secret
is. It's
identity? I'm
like, why
like,
are you
shut.
lying?
It's
then
on
you have
every show.
Jesse Heisenberg Lex Luthor, who I thought was kind of little quirky, which I didn't really. But
Yeah, he can play more like the Joker.
But again, remember, I know Corey, you say you want to see him fight, like Brainiac or one of those villain.
Yeah.
Again, just so this is like his what this Superman is just being introduced. So I think we're probably gonna get Brainiac later on. I'm
I
hoping.
hope so. Yeah, I hope so.
Knowing James Gunn, we probably will get Brainiac, but I really feel that this version of Lex Luthor, we probably gonna get the Injustice League.
Ooh. I mean, we already got well, kind of, but he's gone now. Ultraman.
Yeah.
Mm.
And if they do him this way, I can't wait to see how they're gonna do the Reverse Flash. Because that's somebody I would love to see in the future. That if they're gonna do a version of Evil Lex, because you see, if you guys read any Flash comic, you know how fucked up that guy is. But
Yeah.
other than that,
Thawne?
yeah, Eddie,
You talking about Thawne?
yeah, Thorne. I would love to see how they bring him to this universe. But other than that, the Justice Gang, Mercer terrific. First of all, I
Stole the
enjoyed.
show.
I
He was the best
enjoy
thing out of the movie.
every scene that he came on. I enjoyed. Hawkgirl, we didn't get much of her. I feel like we missed out, like as far as the action goes, because I feel like Mr. Terrific and Guy Gardner, they got more scenes than Hawkgirl, personally. But I wish
Yeah.
we would have got more of Hawkgirl. But
I
as
didn't
far
like
as
her
guy,
stupid ass sound in the movie. It sounded like she was doing it with her own mouth.
but I think in the version of the Justice League comics, she always screams, right? And she does. I remember her always screaming every time she goes into battle. So
Yeah, I know, but it just sounded so cheapy. Like if they would have like incorporated her voice with like an actual hawk sound, like you know, but it really sounded like it was just her screaming. Like that's
I mean, I
I'm
think
hot
like
girl.
we've been like people have been talking about. We just want a comic book accurate movie for so long, and
Yeah.
now we finally have something really close to it,
Mm.
and we're going to see a lot of people say what you're saying. It's just like it's just too much. Like like because the sound throws you off, right?
Mhm.
But she does it in the comic book, so he's giving us what we want as far as comic book look. I'm just thinking about like how close, like how far he's going to take it in there. But and I'm really hoping that we don't get the campy Batman because there's no jokes in his world. Like Batman is just like just the dark the dark creature of the night, whatever.
Mhm.
He's not a happy dude. He's always brooding in his cave, trying to figure out whoever the fuck's doing what, and you gotta keep yourself from killing this clown that he should have off like every time they encounter each other.
I know,
But
Jesus. That's a regret I could have lived
but
with. I won't kill
yeah,
anybody,
but
only the Joker.
I don't want to see another version of like because we got that with that Justice League movie when who took the reins on that one? Was it the Russos
the Justice
or
League,
the first? Yeah, the first Justice League movie, remember the one that came out in theaters, not the later one. Like
you
we got
talking
the
about
Snyder cut,
the
and then we got the one before that.
Oh,
Because
oh so
I think the guy that did
uh
I remember his
Josh
name.
Whedon. Josh Whedon.
yeah, Josh Whedon, we got a jokey Batman out of that, and I hated that version.
Mm.
So I don't want it to go that way for sure. But um, I mean, I think he was able to, like James Gunn was able to keep the dark tones even in his like Suicide Squad. Like even though it was like it was like it had comedic moments, but it also had serious moments with Peacemaker. Um, so I mean, I think he has it. I think he'll find a good balance to where it's not overdone.
Right.
No, I truly believe James Gunn can do a dark version of Batman, and even like you said,
Mhm.
Iris. I know you want to like a dark version of Superman, but I think I hope I don't think he's gonna go too campy later on. But I don't know if you've seen Brightburn.
Oh man, Brightburn was
Have you seen it?
Yes.
Right. So,
that
Yeah.
which
was
is
I
directed
have
by
seen
James,
Brightburn. Yes.
yeah, which is a James Gunn movie. So
So
I
he has potential. He has potential. I'm
yeah.
not saying I want it to be so dark that it's like, yo, what the fuck? Like now you're really veering away from our comics. But like if we can
Mhm,
just have a happy medium, Corey seems like he's positive that it could go that way. So I will keep an open mind
mhm.
and hope that, it goes that way and just
Yeah,
see.
I truly believe it's gonna go that way. But one again, my worry just goes back to I just don't want them to stick to that old Marvel formula where okay, this person just got shot and somebody comes in, make a joke, and it
Yeah.
just ruined the whole scene.
Mm.
Um, but as far as the Justice Gang go, how did you
Oh
guys feel
man,
about the whole crew?
it was a it was an odd squad for it to be the first look at a Justice League with you got Guy Gardner, Green Lantern, you got Mister Terrific, and you got Hawkgirl as the like basically like the founding members.
Mm.
That's an odd squad to put together. You
Yeah.
really think about it, and like then like Superman is like a part timer at I guess at this point. Um, I like the characters themselves, but I just felt it was just a really odd looking squad. That's just my take on it. As the founding members,
Yeah, they
like it
they
was
are.
just yeah, it's like okay, I get what y'all doing. Like just taking some characters that are not as popular and bring them to the forefront, which is James Gunn's thing to do. But
And one thing about James Gunn, that's why I like he's good at bringing those characters to the forefront when it comes to
yeah.
those those side characters.
Mhm.
Um, even that one scene when they came and they were saving the what's the country name again? They were saving all those people
Oh
and
yeah.
Metamorpho. I'm glad they didn't they did him justice the way he showed up even when they were in that pocket dimension. He was
Mhm.
able to use his power. So
Yeah.
again, I'm liking how they're doing that. As far as Guy Gardner go, I know the haircuts, comic book are accurate. I know
Mhm.
I know Iris.
That
You said
bowl
he's a little
cut.
old, but again,
Yeah, I just think he's just he was too old to really play that character, you know?
so
I don't know.
my worry again, this is one of my other worry about James Gunn because he tends to cast a lot of his old crews, friends that used to be in his old movies. So I know Nathan Fillion was in a lot of his movies, so I'm hoping it's not a recurring thing where he's casting because we had Bradley Cooper as Jarrell,
Mhm.
so it's like
Mhm.
I'm
Well,
hoping
I
it's
mean, that I don't think that was too bad because it's like, you're playing a dad.
Or
He's
Zod,
within
he's
that
not too
range
bad.
that he could be a dad. Like, I don't know, Nathan Fillion, you look at the comic books, I don't know. I just don't think feature wise he worked well there. But I do love him as an actor, and I think he is hilarious. I don't know. He's just a little bit more seasoned. I just
you want this version of Guy Gardner.
Yes, that is what I want to see. Okay.
Mm.
And I love how because the haircut is so stupid, I do love that James had Lois Lane's character pointed out because it is a stupid ass haircut. It
Mhm.
really is. But the dark, I don't know, that's the guy I was hoping to see.
Well,
Someone
you never know with uh the
as time progresses.
well we do have a Green Lantern TV show coming out on HBO. So this
It's
one
true.
and it's supposed to be more like True Detective and all that. So he might do a cameo. You never know. We might get that version of him in there. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping that. And I think it's Al Jordan and John Stewart. So It's like a buddy
Yeah.
cop show.
I'm looking forward to that.
But going back to Justice Gang, I know, which I agree with you guys as far as the introduction of these four. That's one thing I agree with you guys. I don't want them to be the founding members of the Justice League. I'm hoping later on we get like they start announcing more movies like The Flash, Wonder Woman, and these other members. But they already introduced the Justice Hall, so it's kind of hard to not say they're not the founding member, because every time they say that they don't like the name, and somebody say we still work, and Hawkgirl saying that we still working on the name, so we'll see how that go. But so far it looked like it's gonna be these four that are the founding member of this crew. So
Yeah.
I'm just hoping we get a Flash movie soon to redeem what we got before, because
Yeah.
the Flash is by far one of my favorite characters from DC, and the disappointment I had leaving that theater, I was just like, we waited for this. Didn't they do like a bunch of reshoots and push the date back a few times?
yes, they did.
And yeah, and I thought it was like, it's gonna be good. No, the opening scene with Batman doing his thing, that was probably like the best part of the movie. Everything else, like, I'm just like, you could have had Reverse Flash in here, except we got a past version of himself that's trying to undo, like, to prevent something and just fucking shit up. And I'm just like, bro, this is terrible. Whoever thought this was okay and greenlit, whoever sat in the movie theater when they were doing like, let's
It's
do
like,
last
yes,
look,
this is the one.
like, this is it. This is it right here. That person needs to be punched in the face, because this shouldn't have let that out. They should not have let that out. But again, back to Superman. I did enjoy Man of Steel. I think I put in the message before. Like, I think I like Man of Steel better. I'm not saying it's a better movie. I'm just saying I liked it better. Because we got to see Superman actually throw down with somebody that's on his level strength wise, and just straight up throwing hands. Because we don't get that version of Superman when he could just like let loose on somebody, because he's always holding back because he doesn't want to kill anybody. And that's why I like the ending of Man of Steel, when Zod gave him no choice but to like snap his neck to save these people. And it was just like you could see him struggling with that choice before he did it. I love that. Yeah, it was talky, but it was the origin story. The classic formula of introducing his character and him starting his journey. What else? I do think that the soundtrack could have been better, because what they had on Man of Steel was just like that was moving. That moves me. This one was just like, it's a soundtrack, but it's not as good.
Just proving my points here, Corey. Go ahead, keep going.
I'm not saying like,
Yeah, Corey, keep
I'm
going.
not. So it's not. It's not the dark. I guess it's like, I do sometimes like the dark grittiness of.
Well, you have Hans Zimmer making music for your movie.
Yeah,
You can't.
Yeah, you can't fail with that. But I'm saying, like, just like they took a realistic approach to superheroes.
Oh shit, we lost Corey.
Corey was just like, you know what? I'm done. Click, click.
Let me get back. All right, so I like that they did take that approach of superheroes in this world, how realistically we would accept them. Him doing all this catastrophic damage, and him have to deal with the repercussions, even though he didn't cause all that damage, but he was involved. Like Batman being this hardened guy after years of fighting criminals, and just kind of just seeing things. I guess it would be like black and white in a way, because and that when they showed him, like, Superman was, he was the ops. You came to this planet, you destroying stuff, you gotta go. So I do like the grittiness of it, but I'm not disliking the hopeful look of it all, like brighter colors and all that. Because it's Superman. You want to Superman's always been this bright. I mean, look at this picture right here. Bright colors of Superman. Um, so I don't dislike the movie. I
No,
actually like it.
no, I understand where
So
you're
yeah,
coming from.
yeah.
Because Men of Steel had like these scene where they had these hopeful scene and even heartfelt moment with his mom when he was in school and he's just had his X-ray vision, you know.
Mhm. Yeah.
Even with his dad when um they also had a heartfelt moment, except for the part where he got killed by the tornado, which didn't make sense to me. Yeah. Um, but it's it's just that I feel that Snyder didn't double down on the as far as Superman being the hopeful hero, you know.
Hmm.
He tried to make him look more like a messiah type figure to people in certain scene. You can see
Yeah.
that. Uh, whereas this one, where you go from him, this Superman, he's his drive was that his alien parent, where there was this message to be the savior um of the planet, and that was what was driving him to later on find out that was not his sole mission. It was to repopulate, but and you find out later no, he wasn't just a good person because of that message. He was a good person because of how he was raised,
Yeah.
you know, which kind of elevated the story to me personally.
Mm.
And it's just, again, I couldn't. There was in a moment where I was like, you know what, I didn't feel entertained because every scene he was like either fighting somebody or saving somebody, you know.
Mm.
uh where, and you brought up Batman where he was more seasoned, which I didn't agree. I love that. I love Ben Affleck version of Batman. Probably one of the best version of Batman I've seen, other than the one in the Justice League and the Flash movie.
Mm.
I felt that Snyder brought that older version of Batman too early, because that's like all the
Mm.
way back in the future where it's like more dystopian era of Gotham where Batman, is old. That version
Mm.
of Batman wasn't needed to make a Batman v Superman. He could have done
Yeah,
a present
agree
version of
there.
Batman.
Oh, the Dark Knight version of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um
Okay.
Hmm.
I'm hoping with this one we get like the best Brave and the best of both world.
Mm.
Kind of that one version of the animated version, Batman versus Superman. What was the title again? I forgot.
Which one you talking
The animated Superman series when they finally introduced Batman.
about? You talking about just
There's
the old one? It's just called Superman, right?
Yeah, the animated
Yeah.
series, which probably
Yeah.
I would say was one of my favorite version of Superman, the TV live version.
Mm.
hmm
Um, but I don't hate the James Gunn version.
Mm.
I really like that version of Superman.
Mm.
Um, it felt more like a outworld Superman to me.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I see that face, Iris.
Mm.
I saw that face.
Well, cause no, I'm just not because I don't agree. I'm just trying to picture it. Like I'm trying to put myself and see. Okay, okay.
Mm.
Mm,
That's
okay.
Mm. I'm curious if they'll ever like give us the Red Sun Superman movie.
what I was gonna say. Hopefully, we
Yeah.
get like a Red Sun Superman.
Yeah, 'cause
Yes.
I would love that. Cause
Especially because, they threw a little bit. Well, when Kara goes to, she what was it that she goes to other planets with red suns to go party, so
uh
she could get drunk. So I like that they threw that in,
uh,
because I know that little section is based off of a more newer comic with Supergirl. I forget.
Woman of
Woman of Tomorrow.
Yeah, Woman of Something. It's a much newer comic. I'm trying to remember the name. I cannot remember off the top of my head. See, this is why I needed my flashcards,
I think
guys,
it's
and I misplaced them with all my notes. Um, but I did, and I liked how they incorporate. She's like, "Where's my dog?" Because they
You're muted again.
hit the button again.
Yeah.
Because everyone always sees Crypto as Superman's dog.
Yeah.
And I like how they incorporate, like, no, this is Kara's dog. That's why, there was like it's more of a fostering situation, like, and of course throughout the movie, if you don't really know the backstories and have read any of the comic books, you're not gonna know, like, what are you talking about, fostering situation? Crypto was your dog, blah 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 blah. You know, and there's so many different stories on Crypto's origin, so that I love how it incorporate, like, no, this dog was Kara's, it wasn't Kal-El's. So I'm excited to see where they go with that little tidbit at the end of the movie.
I think she gets her own movie soon.
Yeah, she
I
is.
believe so. Yeah, she is, and it's gonna be named after, similar to that comic book strip that
Yeah,
I
it's
was
gonna be
talking about.
Supergirl, Woman
Woman
of
of Tomorrow.
Tomorrow,
Yeah, that's what it is.
and they are introducing Lobo into this.
I can't wait. I need Jason Momoa for that role.
Yeah.
He's the
He
perfect fit.
Yes, he is.
Just you give
I
give
can
like
see
you call
him.
him up like, hey, just be yourself in this movie.
Yeah,
And he's like,
basically, just
okay.
be you.
and
I can't wait for that.
and I think that one you might get a little bit dark story as far as Supergirl go, Woman of Tomorrow, because so we'll see, especially with a character like Lobo, main man. So
Yeah, so it was recently published in 2022. So yeah, it is fairly new, and the author is Tom King.
Okay. But I like
So
this. I like this reboot so far. To the DC universe. So the Suicide Squad he made, that's included in this, right?
So I don't think so. I think he said some characters will come back, some will not. So I don't think, because he brought Peacemaker into this universe. So some character will probably make it, some character is probably not gonna make it.
Yeah. I don't think Jared Leto's Joker is
Get
coming
him out.
into this one.
No.
I don't think he
Get
is.
him out.
Yeah.
No.
And to
So
be honest, I don't think it was that bad. I don't think his Joker was
It
that
was
bad.
the worst. It was the worst. You put
I just think it strayed away from.
you put a smile on your hand. No, laugh. No. I'm just like, this is terrible on all fronts. No, they would just replace him, give somebody else. I like that they're keeping the Batman movie though, and just making like an Elseworld thing. Even though we don't get that for like 2 years. But I like the reboot so far. I'm curious where how all the other characters will fall into place. We're getting that other squad. What do they call the one with I think the guy's name is Midnighter. It's like a dollar value version of Batman. And then I think is it Apollo? Is that I'm thinking right? Is his name Apollo? Got the blonde hair, the white suit. I forget the lineup. Oh, let me just look at this James Gunn lineup.
I'm not sure who you're referring to.
DC movies, movie slate. Got what do they call it? Jesus Christ.
What are you talking about? The Authority?
Yeah, the Authority. There we go. The Authority. Yeah. Um,
Oh, okay.
cause I was introduced to that whole squad when they had the New 52 run, but I'm kind of curious how he approaches them and how he places them in the world. And I'm curious who he casts as Amanda Waller.
I think he still might use Viola Davis as Waller because I know they were supposed to bring out a TV show.
Yeah. And I think Viola Davis
Viola.
does amazing. He'd be stupid to recast that because I think she does such a great job.
I think that's just me.
Then you also
Yeah,
have Creature
Giles Frozen.
Commando in this universe.
Yeah,
And I think I heard there was supposed to be I don't know if they're still gonna do it, but Booster Gold. So I don't know if
yeah,
that's
he's getting.
still
Yeah,
happening.
Hmm.
he getting his own solo situation. Booster Gold.
But I like that Creature Commando is a part of this universe because if you guys haven't seen it yet, it's pretty good.
Pretty gore too.
I love it. It's so
Um,
awesome.
Authority, Brave and Bold Swamp. Oh, we getting Swamp Thing too.
Hmm. That I know for sure uh
Wait,
was mentioned that was coming.
we getting a Clayface movie? That's crazy.
Really? That I hadn't heard of.
Yeah, it
Really?
said Clayface, September 11th, 2026.
So I guess with that you probably be introduced to the Batman universe.
Yeah.
Mm.
Um, because I think that then what was there was a scene in there they did kind of they did mention Gotham City and the Superman movie. If you guys pay close attention,
Oh,
um,
good.
eh?
And I mean, he was in Creature Commando.
Ooh,
Clay,
Clayface. Was
Clayface.
it him?
Oh, was that an animated situation?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember. I think he was in it.
We're getting a Bane and Deathstroke movie. Teen Titans, Sergeant Rock. I'm not even gonna
Teen Titans.
fake
Well,
like
I
I
hope
know
they do
that.
better than they did with the show.
So as far as like version of villain goes when it comes to Lex Luthor, what did you guys think about this version of Lex Luthor compared to these guys? I know you guys probably not aware of these some of those on top, but compared to these guys
Yes. I'm aware of
and
all of them.
our newest version, Nicolas Hoult.
Hmm. I was like, what I think compared to the other ones,
Yeah,
he's like the closest thing we got to a real Lex, like that
Yeah.
envious, jealous Lex that just like wants the power that Superman has. Um, but not taking consideration if they work together, they would be able to change the world.
Yeah.
Like this one, like I said, the Superman Red Sun, it reminds me of that version of Lex, who's just like just wanted to defeat Superman at all avenues.
you know
Um,
something you just said, Corey. I'm hoping they delve deeper in him hating more into Superman, and it leads to one of my favorite Superman comic. Uh, when Lex finally realized,
oh,
like,
he starts to see what everything like see
yes,
how he sees. Yeah,
I
what
would
was
have to
that one?
say before Nick, um, my favorite Lex was what's this guy's name? John Cryer from Two and a Half Men?
on Supergirl, right?
Yeah. I actually enjoyed him as Lex. I think what really made me like him the most was just his selfishness. Like it was on a level of like what the fuck when it came to him. Um and I think he portrayed that very well and how manipulative he was. I think he did the character justice for the CW, you know. for what it was. I think he did a good job out of all the Lex. But since we've gotten Nick, I think he did a very, very good job. And like I had mentioned before, because I like the more dark and gritty, I think if James Gunn was to ever take it in that direction in some of his movies, I think Nick falls perfectly within that dark and gritty realm.
You think so?
Yeah.
I,
I
I
think there's a side to him that we're just, I'm used to seeing Nick in more, I don't want to say happy go lucky, but as the good guy or sweet guy or positive guy, or just always trying to do the good guy thing. And now seeing him as a role, like I can, like even in that image, in the image that you're sharing,
Hmm.
Hey, how
I
y'all
can,
seeing these images?
yeah, like I can see,
I see images.
You don't see
yes,
it?
the ones that Manny
I
is showing,
I
sharing
don't
on the
see.
screen.
I don't see anything.
Like we're all lined up along the side, and then there's different images of Lex, of all the
Um,
actors who have played Lex.
are these like in the messages or?
No, it's live in the screen.
I
Like,
don't see
how are
it.
you not seeing it? What, do you only see us?
Yeah, I just see y'all.
Damn.
Oh, damn. Okay. Well,
That
oh,
sucks. It's like
So
sorry.
I see what you're saying, Iris. I also think the Lex Luthor from the Lois and Clark TV show
Hmm.
was also brooding dark Lex Luthor that we, even though he was kind of like bigger. I think he was bigger than Superman in the TV, but
Yeah,
I
but
think he
that's
was also.
because
Yeah,
You guys froze.
I think Iris froze.
Oh, oh, but the movie, the animated movie you're talking about was All Star Superman.
Yes,
I had to look it up. Yeah, that's one of my favorite. That was one of my favorite ones.
and I'm hoping we get that version of Lex where he finally realized, um, like he gets some humanity, but
Yeah.
I hope it goes into that route where he starts to like redeem himself, like in a way
Mm-hmm.
redeem himself. But we'll see what happens.
I'm going to Bell Reeve right now.
But knowing this Lex, he has no sympathy for human life.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder how far he's gonna go just to get his his revenge, get his licks back. Because now that Superman basically took everything away from him.
Mm-hmm. That's only going to fuel the fire.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
So we,
he was even crying at the end, he low tears,
mm-hmm. Yo, when crypto came through, like the
like the Hulk.
The Hulk did with Loki, I was like, this is perfect. This is absolutely perfect, yeah. I definitely like that that touch at the end. Uh, but yeah, I can see how he would develop into the All Star version of Lex. Um, because he doesn't know that Clark is Superman yet.
No, he doesn't. Because
Yeah,
remember, he was like, "I'm gonna go after Clark Kent
yeah.
next," since the guy who was always interviewing you, so he doesn't know who Superman is.
Okay.
Uh,
Um, yeah, I already said her internet's out. So,
huh?
so she said her internet's out.
Oh shit,
I
yeah,
was on
because it's
WB
raining
account.
down here like crazy.
Oh, okay, cool, cool, cool.
But
Um,
before be, I know you said you like Man of Steel, but as far as like how did you feel compared to this in the animated series Superman? How did you feel about this one?
which anime
The
series?
animated series compared to this one, how would you compare them to?
Oh,
Like,
the OG one.
yeah,
Oh, I mean, I feel like if we're going off the animated series, I feel like that version of Superman was a little more hardened than this one because given he's still this version's still starting out. Um, but it fits. I mean, it fits better than it meshes more with this version than Man of Steel's version. Because we had a unsure super like in Man of Steel, he was unsure what he should do. He's like just like it was like he was just questioning everything. Like, how do I help these people? And
I'm
yeah,
back.
out there we go. Like, like how do I help these people and not have them condemn me every time I do something? Um, but this one is just like he almost was in the same way, but like it wasn't as extreme as it was on Man of Steel. If you like, you see what I'm talking about. Because they both wanted to help people, but they didn't really trust them on Man of Steel. This one they didn't start not trusting him until they saw a message from his parents. And then we just kind of glossed over that whole part because they didn't double back on that at all. Like talk about like how, it was a real message. I feel like I'm just talking in circles right now. All right, you got me back to the subject at hand, man.
Hmm?
So got me back in. I think I went off the rails.
No, you were talking about this version of Superman compared to the animated version.
Oh yeah, yeah. I like it. Just the bright colors. Like I said before, the brighter personality. Um, yeah, the neighborhood friendly Superman eating food at somebody's
We lost
stand.
Iris again.
Yeah, dropped again. I don't want to continue messing up the recording. But yeah, this version of Superman is definitely what we got.
No, even with this version, I feel like this version also of Lex Luthor also kind of correlates with the animated version of Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
Probably because he was also envious and he
Mhm.
did everything in his power and he didn't care about who or what got hurt
Mhm.
to get what he wanted, especially when it came to Superman.
Yeah. Is this also the same Lex and Superman that was on Justice League and Justice League Unlimited?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah.
And I think he had was it which because when he damn I forgot which episode when he finally realized like oh damn like
What?
when he built that one android damn I always forget the name
Mazo?
Amazo
Yeah.
and I think was it with no it wasn't with Amazo, it was later on that Lex finally realized that like
Okay.
Superman was actually here to help and he was like wrong. But it was later on in one of the Justice League episodes. I gotta rewatch it again.
Um.
He kind of had that moment where um which I want to see later on with James Gunn where he finally figured out his ways was wrong and
Yeah.
so I want to see that version.
I think that was like towards the end of the series.
Yeah, it was towards the end.
Yeah, because he was looking for. Was he looking for the Was it the anti-life equation?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that was towards the end because they were fighting somebody. It wasn't Brainiac. Who
Was
was
it?
they
I think
fighting?
or Dark Side. I don't want to know.
I think it was Darkseid. Yeah, it was Darkseid. It was Darkseid.
But
Um,
since we brought up Darkseid, imagine if they bring Darkseid to this version of Superman where he,
oh,
pummels him to the point where it's like not really hopeful anymore. That's what I want to see.
I mean, with that, and then like, I wonder if they're gonna do Doomsday. Is that something that they want to touch on, or they feel like it's overdone?
I think it's overdone.
You think so? Like the live
Yeah.
action version?
How many we've had Doomsday, Man of Steel, Smallville. We have Doomsday in that TV show, Krypton. We've had Doomsday, yeah, in the Lois Lane.
Oh, Superman, Lois Lane, Lois.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Doomsday
Yeah,
is. We
yeah, it
had
might be.
Doomsday
It
in the
might be.
animated series. So
Yeah.
we had Doomsday in the Justice League. We had like a multiple Doomsday, like a whole army of Doomsday. So
Yeah. Oh, that was on Death of Superman. I believe it was Death of Superman. But yeah, it might be overdone. But we haven't gotten a lot of Dark Side though.
Yeah.
We had one live action Dark Side, and it was just like you thought we thought we were going to get that, but they didn't pick it back up.
And with this version of Superman, where he's so hopeful and everybody rallies around him, this is where I would want to like them to introduce, like, I know you want to see Brainiac, but like somebody like Darkseid, where
Mm.
he just takes the hope away, and or the death of Superman, where he gets pummeled. If they do a Doomsday where he gets pummeled in front of everybody, and like, yo, Superman's dead. This type.
Yeah.
That's the type. With this version of Superman, I think this would really, really work. Where it didn't really work, I feel like it didn't really work with Batman v Superman,
Yeah.
Dawn of Justice, where he then built that hopeful character with anybody. Even though they said in the back, oh, Superman in the Justice League, everybody was wanting back, but I didn't get that.
Yeah.
With this version, where every second Superman, even though the crowd turning on him, which I thought was a little bit weird, how quickly everybody turned on him,
Yeah.
But the way they love him, if they introduce like a Doomsday or a Darkseid, I think that will really work with this version of Superman.
Yeah. I feel like they didn't really go too deep into when everybody turned on him. Like it just kind of was sprinkled in there, and then we just kind of just like, we kind of turned away from it. I don't know if that really impacted the movie that much. If you took out that element, it would be the same movie.
Yeah.
But no, I can see how him being that symbol of hope in this one, and like much brighter, it would affect the world more, because like, especially if it's like, because in Batman v Superman, it was at night, it was just them. But if you do this during the day when it's like a bunch of people around,
yes,
like it was on the comic or the animated John, it would definitely hit harder seeing Superman like get his ass handed to him and then ultimately die fighting Doomsday. And that could be a catalyst for a whole bunch of other different stuff too, because you can get Steel in there, Superboy. I think one of his androids gets powers too, or gets all super powered up. But yeah,
and
then bring him back. Yeah.
It's not just that, just have him get pummeled in front of the whole city, and then you have this Lois that he's just building his relationship with, and that would make a great story right there. But I know James Gunn, he wants to still keep that hopefulness, but out of all the version of Superman, how do you feel about this one? Because I've seen the George Reeves Superman.
Yeah.
I didn't see the older version, because even after Christopher Reeve, there was another one between 1980 and 1989, the John Hayne Newton Superman.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, and there was Superboy. There was a couple Superman between Christopher Reeves, like two more, John Wayne Newton, Gerard Christopher. But of course, then you remember Dean Cain from
Yeah.
Lois. I didn't really like that version of Superman. I never really paid attention to that show that much, because
I don't think anybody really was talking about it when it came out. I didn't even pay attention to it.
Yeah. Then you have Tom Welling, Smallville. I love the intro.
Yeah. Even though that series, the ending of the series pissed me off. I'm waiting. You guys, I watched the movie since day one, and I've dealt through the terrible like introductions of other characters that just kind of just like was thrown in there. The terrible costumes. All I wanted to see was him in that suit one time. And did they give me the Superman suit on him one time? No. You got him. You got him coming like basically doing the Superman thing with ripping his shirt off. You just get the symbol, which is like an ironed-on symbol that you can buy from fucking Hot Topic or something.
Yeah.
That was highly pissed. Then fucking Darkseid was a cloud, and I don't know what
I
everybody's fascination was with clouds turning an enemy into a cloud at that time because you know they did that on the Fantastic Four movie when Galactus was a cloud. I was just like, ah.
I think what happened is I think it was around the writers' strike too. So
Yeah.
I'm not gonna put all of that on this show. But
Oh,
we also had the Brendan Routh situation with
yeah.
which I would say is it is a continuation of the Christopher Reeve version of Superman.
Yeah.
Um, how'd you feel about him as Superman?
I feel like they captured the energy that we got from Christopher Reeves. I would love to see a sequel after that.
Well, it's kind of too late now.
Yeah, I mean, like back then, I would have, liked one. Because you just found out that the little boy is his son.
Yeah.
So, I liked him as Superman. I had no problem, especially if you're going off, Christopher Reeves. Like, I definitely enjoyed him as Superman. This version of Superman, um, like I can, you're not really comparing him to anybody, except just like as far as like somebody that's already established as his own thing. Um, but I like the approach they took. It's like he's just like a normal guy in a way, just like a normal nice guy. Um, just so happens to be Superman. Uh, I think they introduced his cousin a little too soon, but that's just me.
For this version?
Yeah, because they said he's 3 years in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it might be a little too soon for her, but I didn't hate it. But I'm
So
definitely I'm interested in seeing how where they take his character. I'll say that much.
so between that time, Brendan Routh, we were supposed to be introduced after that. I think around 2015. Nicolas Cage's Superman, which
Oh
was
hell
introduced in the
no.
Flash.
Hell
It was
no. Hell
Tim
no.
Burton was gonna do that, right?
Yo,
It would have been interesting.
hell no. Nicolas Cage is Superman?
Yeah.
Nah. Like I had a hard time believing him as Ghost Rider, but he just too his acting style was just not
Yeah.
Superman. He doesn't have the look, doesn't have the build, like the mannerism, none of that. I don't think it would have done well at all. So no, don't. Mm-mm.
Then you have, of course, Henry Cavill,
Yeah.
which I feel, even though Zack Snyder's version, I didn't hate it, but I feel like they didn't do him justice.
Oh no, definitely. Like that, I feel like that them trying to bring in the Justice League so fast without establishing these characters first. They were just trying to catch up to Marvel. And I feel like them rushing it just did a disservice to DC altogether. Because you had a great base with Man of Steel. You could have Man of Steel 2. Then bring in, I like how they try to integrate Batman into the story, like how, he just saw all that destruction going on. That was cool. But I think we should have got a solid trilogy out of Henry Cavill instead of just trying to rush this whole Justice League situation.
Yeah, you're right. But of course we have the Tyler Hoechlin Superman. Did you watch the CW
Yes,
Lois and
I'm actually on the last season now. Um, I don't hate him as Superman. I just don't the CW shows in general. It's just like all that unnecessary drama kind of takes me out of it sometimes. So I gotta I can't binge it. I gotta watch it in pieces because that underlying CW thing they do just bothers me so much when it's just like so much more that you can dive into. But him and Superman, at first, when I first saw like the images of him, I was like, nah, this ain't gonna work. When he got the puffed up suit, cause you can tell it's not his body in there. Um, wasn't a fan, but after watching the series, I like him. I like him. He's a solid Superman. Then we got was that Bizarro? Did they try to make that opposite Superman?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Well, since he threw him in a black hole,
Uh-huh.
I wonder if he's dead or they're gonna somehow reintroduce him.
No, I was talking about the Superman and Lois version on
Oh
the
yeah,
show.
that was supposed to be, but
Bizarro.
that was Bizarro.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because in the movie it's supposed to be Ultraman, but the way Lex is talking about him, he's like, he's more powerful. He's just a little more stupid or something like that. So I'm just like, kind of can be Bizarro, but he ain't that black hole. He ain't coming back. He gone. Uh, what's the name? Yeah, yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with this new universe.
so I know, like earlier we talked about the death of Superman, how that could affect, later on
Hmm.
this universe,
Hmm.
because like I said, I want to see that where that scene where Lois is holding Clark and everything is destroyed and everybody's shot. It would be more impactful, even after he saved everybody from Doomsday. So I think that would work.
Hmm.
But other than that, I know you said you want to see Brainiac, but what other villain of Superman you would want to see with this version of Superman? Because we have Brainiac, we have Darkseid, we have Bizarro, we have Metallo,
Yeah, I definitely want to see Metallo. That
uh,
would be interesting.
Superboy, Alice. What's the one? The bitch, Alice the Black, Doomsday,
Mm.
Zod.
Mm.
Um, that nymph from the extra dimensional universe.
Yeah. Who else would I like to see? I don't know if Zod is on like I'm kind of tired of Zod, but introducing the Phantom Zone would be dope. Um, Metallo for sure. Uh, it's just like anybody that can take the fight to Superman. Like that's who I want him to face. Because if it's anybody else, it's just like, oh, I can just flick you and you're done. Um, so like even Lex in his super suit, that would have been dope to see. Um, because this version, this nigga was playing PlayStation. He was punching in codes. I was just like, this what you doing the whole time.
but
Um,
a villain like Parasite would be great too.
taking the radiation from him, making him
Yeah,
weaker throughout the movie. Yeah.
or Mongol Superboy,
Which version of Superboy?
Superboy Prime.
I don't know they're gonna do that one. I don't know they ready for that one.
I was gonna say Lobo, but that he's gonna be introduced Supergirl.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, Lobo's strong, but he ain't Superman strong.
yeah.
Um, I don't know, just I gotta look at his rogue gallery because there's not many that can like really go toe to
No,
toe with him.
he has quite a few. Like you have like Live Wire. I'm pretty sure James Gunn's going to introduce those people in the background, like Toy Man.
Yeah,
Um, who else? Amazo.
Amazo. That gotta be like a Justice League thing.
Yeah, Manchester Black,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Maxima.
He was Manchester Black. He was on one of the anime movies, wasn't
Yeah,
he? Yeah.
he wasn't in one of the TV shows too.
Man, that's one point. Um, maybe even get to see Black Adam come back, like a different version of Black Adam. Shazam.
Yeah,
Introduce them. There's a lot of people they can bring in, but
Cyborg Superman, because he gets introduced after Superman dies.
yeah.
Uh,
What am I really looking forward to? You said the Mongol.
yeah, manga.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, anybody who can take the fight the Superman, I want to see.
Atomic Skull. That's one character.
Yeah. I don't know if they can do a whole movie with Atomic Skull though.
No, I think they could. Um, which well, if they do Flashpoint, remember Atomic Skull blew himself up like in the. If you watch the animated cartoon of Flashpoint where Atomic Skull blew himself up, they could do a
Yeah.
version of that version and introduce him in the background character just to move the plot.
Mm-hmm.
But that's probably gonna be with the Flash. Um, but again, with this Superman and the way James Gunn is with these background characters, I think he could introduce all of them. You know,
Yeah.
even like
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he could do something with even Toyman that nobody you don't really see often, or what's her name? There's a lot.
Yeah.
Or
'Cause
or Adam when he was introduced to fight Superman by the U.S. military. So
yeah.
these guys,
You got Solomon Grundy.
oh, born on a what's the quote again?
Yo, don't ask me. I don't know. What's his name? You got Atlas. The Eradicator. Let's see here. Oh, here's Live Wire. There's a person called Kryptonite Kid.
Oh yeah,
So Banshee, Lobo, Bloodthirst. I'm trying to see who was like. Let's see, Ursa. I'm like Amazing Grace. He got a lot of people actually. A lot of these motherfuckers I do not know.
no, he got a big rogues gallery as far
Yeah.
as Superman goes. He got a big man makes a lot of enemies,
Mm.
which is one reason I say that's why him being just introduced to the universe, even though they didn't do the origin story as far as this go. I think later on, the more movie we get, the more we're gonna see some of like a little bits in there of his rogues gallery.
Yeah.
He might even show up in a cameo and fight one of his rogues gallery in somebody else's movie. I think with James Gunn
Yeah.
that might happen, or he might throw it in somebody else like Flash movie or Green Lantern or somebody's movie to fight.
So, Manchester. I wouldn't mind seeing the Manchester Black
Yeah.
situation.
I would if they introduce Manchester's Black with his crew.
Yeah.
If you remember the animated version of Superman, where Manchester's Black became a superhero and everybody loved him because he was killing the villain.
Yeah.
And how Superman basically where him and his crew they were just pummeling Superman.
Yeah.
And Superman kind of like showed his true power. How he explained to them like how he was holding back, and you see. So if they introduce, well, again with James Gunn, I don't think we won't get something like that. But I could be hopeful, and hopefully I see like that version where he kind of I hope I only use like a percentage of my power, and that is something I would love to see.
Yeah, because is that the one where he just like absorbed a bunch of sun?
Huh?
Did he absorb a bunch of sun in that one?
No, that would be.
I know All Stars when he was his
All Star, he's when to absorb all the sun.
yeah, his skin started cracking. And then,
Yeah.
it was coming out. Okay, yeah. Okay. But yeah, I would like to see that. Cause and then like anybody like, magic based, like they recently took that. Didn't they take that weakness away?
Yeah, it was like Superman versus the Elite or something like that.
Yeah.
I forgot.
So anybody who's magic based, um,
Yeah, anybody
Yeah.
who's magic based affects him.
yeah. Because a while ago I wrote like a whole list of like reboots of this DC universe. I forget who I said I wanted for Superman.
But and if they are, and if they do introduce Batman in this universe and they finally meet each other,
Hmm
I want again being hopeful from the animated series where Superman found out who he was using his X-ray vision,
hmm
and later on while Superman got home, he was changing, and you see he knows, he feels something, he looks back, and you see Batman all the way like a building far
Oh,
away, just
the
like
binoculars.
yeah, you're like, nah, I know who you are. So something like that.
Get that type of
Yeah.
interaction. Yeah, that'd be cool. Know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, so because a while like years ago when I got upset with the Justice League movie, I was like, let me think of like how I would do it. So I said, basically my Superman would be he was already in Metropolis. We introduced Martian Manhunter. The movie villain is Metallo. Well, he's a secondary villain, and Lex is like the main villain in the armor. So I think that could work.
So Lex is the main villain.
Yeah, Lex is the main villain, but he has the armor.
Okay.
Yeah, and then Metallo is like the secondary villain. Um, yeah, I got a whole thing. Then my Green Lantern was Hal Jordan's retiring, and he's training John Stewart. So I think that's what we're gonna get the series. So yeah, I hope so. Shit. But yeah.
So as we end this discussion,
hmm
one last question. Just three characters. Out of all three versions of Superman, other than I'm not going to include the other ones, but between Christopher Reeves, Henry
hmm
Cavill, and this version we recently got, who would you pick
To what?
as your definitive Superman?
Oh, this is my Superman.
Yeah.
Christopher Reeve Superman was kind of all over the place. This man was running like flying around the earth and reversing time and shit, kissing women to make them forget shit.
Yeah.
It was just like that's what I grew up with, and I enjoyed what it was. I didn't get to see Henry Cavill to his full capacity as Superman, but who's my Superman? That's a hard one. That is a hard one. I'm gonna have to say Christopher Reeves because I seen how he developed, even though I hated that one when he was fighting Radiation Man. Uh, hated that fucking movie, uh, but this new one, I'm curious where they take him. I don't hate him.
No, no. This new version of Superman, I uh, definitely like him. You
Yeah.
know, because he again he brings that hopefulness when it comes to the Superman character.
Mhm.
Um, whereas Henry Cavill, you got that dark, brooding. Everybody say brooding. I don't think he was brooding that much as far as Henry
Yeah.
Cavill goes.
Yeah.
I think he basically was trying to figure out, his true purpose.
hmm
And I don't necessarily think he was brooding.
Yeah.
And again, like you said, I don't think he got the justice he deserved
hmm
because he could have been such a great character. you know.
Yeah.
And like you said earlier, they missed out on making him probably, I would say, within our when it came out 2013 he was
Yeah.
released.
Uh,
um
yeah, it was either 13 or 12 or 13, one of those years.
yeah, when they introduced him, they could have done so much more with this version of Superman,
Mm-hmm.
but trying to be like Marvel, trying to rush everything, they missed out on making a great story.
Yeah, it definitely did.
Because I understand the route Snyder was going as far as that Superman go, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, the movie had its moment, and I'll watch it again
Mm-hmm.
over again, because that probably one of my favorite scene in the film. It's not even the action scene. It's just that one scene where he I would say it's two scenes.
Mm-hmm.
That one scene when he's younger, he's in school and he's scared, and his mom's at the door, and tell him to make the world smaller. I
Mm-hmm.
love that scene right there.
Yeah.
Then my other scene is with damn, what's her name? One of Zod's um officers. What's her name?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that her line when they were fighting. That scene where I love that scene.
Mm-hmm.
But when they try to redeem him in the Justice League movie,
Mm-hmm.
they did him dirty again.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was hoping they
Mm-hmm.
did a good job, because everybody was talking about it was a good movie. Then they go and do this ridiculous CGI mouth thing on
Bruh.
Superman.
So that's and that being the first image you see of him in the movie, and then just like, because I remember seeing that, I was like, what's wrong with his face? And then later on, you see it again. I'm just like, okay, they could have got around that. It was way better. Like,
And
ain't no way.
it's not just that. You could see, um compared to, I would say, the original Man of Steel costume. If you look at that costume compared to the original Man of Steel costume, it looked like they just grabbed him from work. I know he was working in
Mission Impossible.
Mission Impossible at that time.
Yeah.
It looked like they just went and told him, "Hey, we need you to come in and do your line, or you're gonna break your contract," something like that. They didn't probably give him time to get bulk up again, because
Mhm.
that costume looked
Smaller.
ridiculous. Yeah, it
Yeah.
looked smaller, and it was a lot of rush going on with that.
They didn't give him the
You
justice
just
as he
like, even
deserved.
in the pit, you can see his chest hair still popping out. Like,
Yeah.
his it just didn't look right. His face, where you have the original one where he looked like he was bulky up,
Hmm.
and but just like you, probably my because I grew up with that version of Superman, and
Mm.
even till this day, if I watch the original one, I still get excited. No, but this one,
Yeah.
as far as the movie, definitively, I really enjoyed that they brought back that hope.
Hmm.
But thinking through, I'm still a big fan of the Christopher Reeve Superman, because that Superman right there. Growing up, I really loved the first movie. That's probably one of my favorite movies of all time, and I'll still watch it.
Yeah.
Other than the whole, kissing and making people forget stuff, and the whole time reversing the situation, I would say
Mhm.
he's probably one of my favorite version of Superman
Mhm.
version.
I think the inspiration was that the old school animated Superman, the one who it was like no dialogue.
Oh yeah,
He
and
was
he never fly. He couldn't
no
fly.
like
I think he was just jumping, right?
no, he was fine. It was just like it's super old. So like he was fighting Nazis in this.
I think I still have that
Yeah.
cassette somewhere.
Yeah, so it was like no dialogue, nothing. It was just Superman just doing Superman stuff. And I think that was the inspiration for the Christopher Reeves version, him just having all these different powers that he doesn't have and make us believe that he does have them. So, like Christopher Reeves, he's a staple.
And I even think that that older version of Superman, I think if I'm looking at it, it came out in 1941, and I had that cassette. I used to play that thing on rewind every day because that was because I didn't see the Christopher Reeves one yet, and I was playing it rewind until I got the cassette for the Christopher Reeves one. But I think from what I remember, his crest was uh, black and red.
The cartoon one?
Yeah.
I think it was. Let's see, old Superman cartoon. Cause it used to come on what's the name? Cartoon Network. Yeah, it was black. It was black and red.
But I still watched it on rewind back and forth.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah.
That's all him and Batman. Like the Batman animated series. You know, people don't talk about that enough.
Well, that would be a conversation when the Batman movie come out.
I don't know. We talk about him all day. Talk about Batman all day. That's my guy right there. But yeah. All right, Superman.
But as we end this, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. But we're gonna go ahead. We usually don't, but we're gonna go ahead and give this a rating because I know I gave it a rating last time. But my opinions changed about this movie. But since you're here, Corey, might as well just go ahead and give this film a rating.
Gotcha.
So rewatching this film, my opinion changed a little bit. So Corey, go ahead. We have from excellent, good, average, below average, poor quality, and horrible. So, Corey, from 5 to 0.
I'm gonna give it a 4 because it was a good movie. I would definitely rewatch it again. I love the characters that they introduced. Definitely has me interested in where to go with the movie, or the series in itself. Then their iteration of Lex Luthor. I loved how he was just like I just hate you, just like just envious of the. You know, they really brought that out. I'm gonna give it a 4. Yeah, it's good. It's a good movie. It's definitely above average.
Yeah. I agree with you because after rewatching it, noticed a few things that kind of changed my opinion. Maybe because I'm still on that high of watching it early, and I was excited from what I've seen. I enjoyed the action nonstop. There's a few things that I feel like they could have done better. But overall, it is a good film. So 4. I'm bringing my score down to 4.
You gave it a 5.
Yeah, I get it 5.
Oh yeah, you was floating on.
I was floating on the air, man.
movie.
I was excited, man. I was in love, man. I was like, damn, this is a great movie. But again, there's a few things I wish they would have worked on, but or done differently. I still don't with the parent thing. Even with the parent thing, they just left it there. They didn't give you an answer. I didn't go further into that. Why the message? Maybe in the second film, why he has to repopulate the planet, But overall, again, good film. Enjoyed it. It felt like Superman. And I know people hear that like it felt like Superman, but like, what does it mean? It felt like Superman. Like, he was a hopeful character. It was not just a figure, but hope. So that overall aspect of Superman was portrayed by this version of James Gunn. So that he made me enjoy it, but brought my score back down to a 4. So
I need some Hans Zimmer music for this one.
Hans Zimmer, I think he's retiring. I think the Odyssey is his last film.
Damn, he just did F1. That was a good one. I guess.
Yeah. But in that, guys, thank you again for joining us over here at the Critics Collective. And again, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Let us know what you think. Leave a comment down below if you like the discussion. If you don't like the movie, if you enjoyed it, if you think the Superman was shit, if you're a Snyder fan, please leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think. And we'll reach out back to you and let us know what we think. If you think your opinion is shit also. So, but other than that, guys, thank you again for joining us, and we'll see you soon.